subscribers on YouTube. How are you guys today? Well, today I got something very interesting for you guys today. What I'm holding in my hands here is a outdoor extension cord. It's green, by the way, but the biggest problem with this extension cord, it kind of got overloaded and kind of almost had a meltdown couple last year because there was so much stuff on this cord. But today, what we're going to be doing, instead of actually fixing this cord and putting an end on it, because now if I had to put a new end on this, this is now not outside use anymore. This will be only indoor use now. But I saw kind of a neat thing to do with this. I've been doing this for many years now. I have some old style radios, and I want to actually use the copper. What's inside of this extension cord is antenna wire. Now, I've been doing this for many years. Now, one thing I did to save myself some time is I actually go ahead and I stripped or scored the extension cord jacket, the green outer layer, before it can get what's on the inside of the cord itself. Now, the plugs look absolutely fine, but one end's kind of messed up. You guys can really see that, but I don't know if you guys can see it all the way over there. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to need a couple of tools. You're going to need a utility knife, like something like this, any type of utility knife, a sharp utility knife, but make sure you do not score too much of the jacket, and make sure you don't hurt the wires on the inside, because this is just a light jacket and very easy to score. And we're going to need some dikes, some wire cutters here, before we can actually snip off this end of the plug and this end of the plug. Now, this is probably a 14 gauge extension cord, because that's typically what these are rated for. Now, what happened to this plug itself? Well, because over the years these plugs get very worn out and very aged over the years. I do always have to buy new cords. Sometimes if I actually have a bad cord, this is what I actually would do. This is a very simple cord to actually strip down. Now let's go ahead and cut these ends off here. And we're going to cut them completely flat against the cord itself to the end of my plug. Now this I'm not going to be able to need because it's absolutely useless, because I'm just going to go ahead and actually throw that away. Don't need it. And we're going to do the exact same thing with the mirror end. Now, if I wanted to, I could have used this cord to use it for something else, like outlet making or lamp wise making or something like that. But today, we're just going to go ahead and absolutely strip the copper out of this. And no, I'm not stripping the copper for scrapping it. I'm going to go ahead and strip it for using it as antenna wire. Now, of course, we're going to get some paper on the inside of the cord. Now, do be careful if you're going to be taking this stuff apart. Make sure you strip it before you decide to pull it apart. This is very easy to do here, like you guys can see. And it looks very intact. Looks very good. And yes, I don't know why to use paper on the inside of the extension cord. But yeah, it's a shame for this cord to be stripped like this. But you know what? It's better to be stripped than it is to try to reuse it. Because a big problem, because once you use a cord over and over again, what's going to happen is you're going to actually have somewhat of a fire with it, because you don't want that. And that's the biggest deal with extension cords. You gotta make sure the latest for a certain type of amperage and everything like that. So this is was a 13 amp extension cord. And look at that. Once I scored it, guys, it's not taking too much effort to actually peel this completely apart. And you guys can see now. I'm gonna line this up here, and we actually have a beautiful antenna wire for I can use for antennas. But yeah, that's very easy. That's how I actually strip the outer sheath layer of my cord. Now I'm going to have this bundle of wire. You guys can see I'm going to use this for mostly everyday use, like not everyday use, but maybe, you know, for antenna use. And this actually is electrical standard. We got the earth ground, the black, and the white. Very, very cool to actually do this kind of stuff. And once I get rid of the sheathing here, this is going to go in the trash because we're not going to need the paper or the outside sheathing. We're just going to actually need this, the inner core of the wire itself. Now, because this wire was so thin, it almost completely had a meltdown and almost destroyed one of my timers I originally had plugged into this. Now, that was my fault because I plugged too many things into it, and I had to decide to actually loosen the load on the poor timer, but this just got so melted and it just seized to itself. Now, the odd ends, we're going to go ahead, like I said, show these two ends away, and we just cut them against the plug themselves, but now we have some good wire here. Now, the reason why I saved myself time to score the sheathing on the outside with the utility knife blade was to be careful, making sure we do not cut the inner parts of the electrical wire. This makes copper makes very good antenna use for older style radios. Now, I can, if I wanted to, I can buy an antenna. But what's the difference of me buying an antenna if I actually have an old extension cord laying around, and I can use that as antenna wire for my older receiver, the receiver, whatever you want to call it. And obviously you just need a good pair of dikes to actually cut this as well. Now, this is actual stranded cable. This is not a solid Romex cable here. This is just a flex cable with some very thin cable on the inside. Very thin, guys. Probably like this 14 or less than 14 gauge than that. But yes, this is a 3 antenna. If you guys have any older extension cords, I recommend doing this with your older cords. I don't recommend trying to repair it or try to put it back into service to use it for outdoor use. Yes, I could have replaced that plug on the end of it, but again, by replacing the end of this plug, this will not be standard electrical code wise to use for outdoor use. This has to be water resistant and stuff like that to make sure no moisture gets into the extension cord itself. That's the reason why you got that outer sheathing and stuff. But guys, this is about the end of me stripping this copper wire out of the outer jacket. And yes, I think this is called number 1 copper, but not going to be using it for scrap. Going to be using it is for antenna use only. Alright guys, if you are brand new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. Please like, please share. Peace out. Bye guys. I will see you in the next vlog. If you guys have any ideas on what you guys can use this copper wire for, I would love to hear it. And that's what I normally do with my older extension cord to use as antennas. Alright, later guys. This was fun. Stripping the copper out of that old chiefing. Alright.